All right, so yeah, I wanted to talk about this. Ariana Grande underperformed her new album positions. 180K in sales, 42K pure. Let's talk about it. So, a lot of people are upset. Let's be real here. A lot of her fans specifically are upset about this. A lot of them are like, I feel like they're kind of blindsided. And honestly, I don't blame them. I the numbers I thought she was going to make at the very least was at least 200K. The bare minimum. But honestly, I think this is a good thing, in my opinion. Because, again, from my first initial reaction, when it came to the album, from her first song, Shut Up, I just felt like she wasn't taking it seriously. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are saying. Oh, she wasn't taking it seriously. To me, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's an album. It's not an EP. Which is, again, what I think she should have just released. Because I do feel like, I feel like November was just a bad time to release an album. Well, I know she released it in October, but you know what I mean. I just feel like that was a bad time to release it. You know what you want to call it, quarantine music, etc. Just drop droplets. I don't know. But I feel like the whole album, I really feel like it was just a mistake. Honestly, I feel like her main mistake, where she went wrong, is just R&B in general. This is the second time now where a big pop artist has decided to tackle R&B, and they have heavily failed because of it. All right, in February, Valentine's Day, Justin Bieber, he released his album, Changes. He called it an R&B album. We listened to it. It's really not R&B at all. Or even when he does have R&B songs, the best songs off that album, Intentions, a pop song, right? And it's the same thing with Ariana Grande's album right now, Positions. All of her hits, pop songs. Now we do have some exceptions like 34 plus 35 and Nasty. People might like, but even those songs, yeah, they were good. But I always felt like there was something missing. It could have been better. I just think that these celebrities, they need to stick to just stick to pop. Either stick to pop or actually take the time to figure out what R&B is, because I feel like these artists are just they're finding R&B beats, but they're not channeling what R&B truly is. I think right now what they're trying to do is like, it's like I mean, again, this is why everybody blames Bryson Tiller, but the whole trap soul wave going on right now. That's what they're doing. Trap, well, trap R&B, whatever you want to call it. I call it trap soul. It's not really R&B, all right. There's too many examples of R&B artists like Kalani, like Janae Aneko, her, folks like that. Another thing when it comes to R&B, it really is a racial thing at the end of the day. All right, we got all these popular black women singers. They're all considered R&B artists, right? Some people even consider Doja Cat like a rapper or hip hop artist, or some even consider R&B artists. It really is about race. So when we see these white folks up here trying to do R&B, it also kind of fails. We automatically put them in pop. And honestly thinking about it, should they stick to pop? No. But again, if you're gonna do R&B, it just can't be mediocre. And that's one thing I notice about when it comes to Justin and Ariana. I don't want to say they do the bare minimum, but I do feel like they have a very basic approach when it comes to their music. I feel like there really isn't many and I understand they do that because of their audience. Their audience are kids, so it can't be deep and stuff like that. But Ariana Grande, if you're gonna do an album about for adults, you're gonna do adult content, then you gotta bring adult quality. And by adult quality, I mean like layers. I don't want AB. You can't give me ABC type music, all right? Because that's how I kind of felt like Justin Bieber's album was. It was very like you. It was very easy to understand his points. Not saying that something should be very complicated in order for something to be good, but it's like Taylor Swift's folklore album. It's not a complicated album really to understand whatsoever, but it's not an album for children. All right, it's a mature album. Being mature doesn't mean that you're talking about something like, it doesn't mean that you're talking about explicit content. All right, the matter of the subject, I feel like, isn't what makes it mature. Honestly, when I think of mature album, I think back to like Dangerous Woman. I feel like Dangerous Woman had a much better approach when it came to Ariana Grande wanting to do explicit content. The thing I've noticed with their most popular songs, what makes them feel so great is that you feel kind of I don't want to say powerful, but you feel some sort of hype when you're listening to her songs. You feel happy. She makes fun music. Not saying that slow down music isn't her taste either. I feel like she can definitely do ballads. Just not like she needs better beats. Like I feel like the best beat off that album that I really it's Love Language, obviously. It's so unique. The main reason why that song works much better than all these other songs is really because of the beat. You see people on Twitter, they're putting a bunch of other people's beats over her songs, and it shows. The main thing with this album is just instrumentals. That's really what it is. All right. So for positions, is it a bad album? No, but it's mediocre. That's why to me it's bad. All right. We gotta stop accepting, because we gotta stop accepting mediocre stuff. All right. We wouldn't accept things like this from Taylor Swift or Beyonce or Nicki Minaj or really any other artist. We would not ever accept mediocre music from Drake. All right. If he did, he'd be dragged. We gotta stop we gotta stop giving these people passes. Because, again, we want to say, okay, they're almost 30, they're grown, stuff like that. But the second they're not, like, they're underperforming, all of a sudden, you guys want to handle the situation with kitten gloves. No. All right, be honest. Some of these songs weren't good. I'm not saying they were, like, some people called it boring. And I feel like people have the right to their opinion. And what would I rate the album? I would give it I think a C. A C is a fair. Again, this is my second, because again, I just listened to the whole album just so I can get a fresh perspective. My favorites are still the same. I know everybody's number one favorite is POV, but my number one is it's Obvious. Like the literal song, Obvious. Another one of my favorites, of course, POV, Just Like Magic. I'm kind of liking Motive a little bit more. I'm not going to lie to you. Love Language is one of my favorites. And Positions is still that song to me. I know a lot of people saying they don't like it, but I do. So, that's like what? Top 6? Top 7? So, yeah. It's been like, what, 2 weeks? Let me know how you guys feel about the album now. Alright, 2 weeks have passed. The album predictions, the sales have come in. Overall, what do you guys think is going to happen with this era? Do you think that, because again, even though it wasn't that good of an album, I feel like long term, she still has gems in that album. I feel like she can still make this era a success if she really wanted to. I really hope that they don't be like Justin Bieber's team and just completely give up on that era like how he did with Changes. You know what? I'm gonna add this in a little bit about Justin Bieber and this whole thing. I don't know when I feel like Justin Bieber's gonna come out with an album next year. Maybe a year even after Changes, maybe. But I feel like it might be in either late 2020 over here. It may either be in November. I can't see it in December. It would just be such an odd time to release that kind of album, honestly. So it'll either be in November or early December, or it'll be next year. How do I think the album's going to turn out? Based on Holy and Lonely, I feel like the album is going to be better. because in my opinion, Holy and Lonely are they're two good songs in my opinion. On my opinion on that he's released so far. They're both good songs. I don't like Chance the Rapper on it. On Holy. I've listened to it multiple times and I've gotten to the point now where I've skipped Chance the Rapper's part. Not because it's bad, but honestly, he kind of sounds annoying on the song. Not saying he is annoying, but that's just my personal opinion. So honestly, I kind of wish that there was a track just without Chance the Rapper. I'm sure there is on YouTube. But yeah, I wanted to bring in Justin Bieber because, Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande, they're relatively now on the same playing field. So I just wanted to give my little input on those two. So yeah, let me know what you guys feel about what I said so far. Do you guys feel like it's true that Ariana Grande, maybe she overestimated herself when I felt like she probably felt like anything she put out was gold, regardless if it was mediocre or not. She probably felt like, people would treat it like gold, but it kind of backfired on her. Maybe because of Folklore. I see everybody comparing that album to Folklore. Stop doing it. It's not fair. It's not fair. Right? It's not fair. Ariana Grande is not a lyricist. She's a singer. But people are still going to hear it. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. What would you guys rate her album now after 2 weeks of listening? Alright, so with that being said, hope you guys have an amazing day or night. Bye.